and join me at the top of your yoga mat. We're gonna bring our toe mounds together. We're gonna do 2 rounds of sun salutations. You're gonna pull up through your thigh bones, take your shoulders, lift them up, and then draw them down and back, all right? Palms forward. Turn on Ujjayi breath, breathing with sound. Inhale, reach the arms up. Palms touch, eye gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Feel free, bend the knees. I always need to bend the knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. You can either be here with hands on the ground or feel free to come here with hands on the shins. Then for this first one, we'll step back into plank. You can drop down to the knees or stay on the toes. Exhale through chaturanga. Then come all the way down to the ground, baby cobra, you're just here. If you feel like you want more, you can go into up dog, bringing your thigh bones off the ground, gazing up or forward. Then roll over your toes, come up into downward facing dog, making a nice V shape with the body. Feel free again here to bend the knees. So if your hamstrings are really, really tight, I'm always going to remind you to just bend the knees. That'll flatten the back out and give you a better stretch through the back body. If we try to force our heels down, we end up sometimes rounding the spine, and that can actually make our problem worse. So what we want to do is bend the knees, straighten the arms, press the heart towards the feet, and then if you have tight hamstring, think about lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. Nice deep breath in and out. And of course, if the heels can come down, that's great too. You can even lift up your toes, make it a little more intense. Inhale. Exhale. Then we're going to gaze forward, take your right leg, step it between those hands, left leg, step it between those hands. Eye gaze is forward, try to flatten the back. Again, you can bend the knees or just bring your hands up to your shins. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Again, inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, either step back or feel free to press the ground away as you hop back. Inhale, either that baby cobra or come to upward dog. Exhale, roll over toes, downward dog. On this one, I want you to bend the knees left and right. Move a little bit in your downward dog. If you want to hold it, you can just hold it. I always like to move a little bit. Kind of feeling the tight areas going on in my body. Two more breaths here. You want to breathe so loud that you feel like if someone was standing next to you, they'd be able to hear you. Now look forward. You can either hop in or feel free to just step in. Bring those feet together, eye gaze forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Go ahead and step left leg back into Virabhadrasana B. So we're going to step fully back. So I want you guys to think about how long your leg is and step that leg back. And then turn your back toes in so that they're at a 45-degree angle. Your heels are in a nice straight line. Bring your hips forward towards the top of your yoga mat. Hold it here. Straighten that back leg. Notice if your hands are on your hips, if your hips are facing forward. If you're a beginner, just stay here. A little bit more advanced, bring the arms here, sinking down, inhale. Exhale. If you want to go for full expression, bring the palms together, sink down even more, squeeze the elbows, hold. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Hands come to your heart, pick up your back heel, frame your foot, exhale through chaturanga, either on the knees or the toes. Inhale, either that baby cobra or your full up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step that left foot in. Now turn those back toes 45 degrees, come on up. Square the hips, so find your hip bones. See if you can square. If your back foot is too far turned out, it's going to be impossible for you to turn that hip. So really turn those back toes in. And pull in the ribs. Bend down into that front leg. Nice strong back leg. Come here. Pull in the ribs. Hold it. If you want more, you're going to reach those arms up, palms together. Try not to interlace the hands like that. Just come here, palms together. Squeeze the elbows. And hands come to your heart. Pick up the back heel, frame the foot. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Wiggle and shake it out. Lift that left leg into a three-legged dog. Breathe. You can roll out the ankle here. Good. Straightening the arms. Now I want you to drive that left knee to the nose. And then go ahead and step that foot between the hands. And then you may want your yoga block here. All right, this will give you a little bit of height there. We're gonna go into half moon. So you're gonna push off through that back foot, lift it, and then open up your hip. So you're gonna flex that right foot and just come here for a moment. You can keep this right hand down on the ground. If you feel like your balance is a little compromised, you can even bring the block up a little bit higher, especially if you have tight hamstrings. And then see if you can float that right hand off the ground and hold it here. And of course, if you don't need the block, you can certainly not have the block and just have your hand here on the ground. Hold it for just a moment. Good, then take your top hand, your right hand, place it down. Go ahead and bend that left knee, step back. We're gonna come into chaturanga. So you're gonna come forward, exhale, lower, inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. And then let's take that right foot up into our three-legged dog. Roll out the ankle. Straighten the arms. Breathe. Then we're going to take that right knee to the nose. Step it between the hands. And pause here for just a moment. And again, you can grab your yoga block. All right, come on up. Now this takes a minute. So I want you to open up your hip, flex that left foot. Find balance. So it's okay again if the left hand stays down. If you can, we're gonna lift it up, hold it here, flexing that left foot now. Press firmly into the right ball of your foot. Breathe. Activation through the core. Good, and then slowly bring the hand down, bend that right knee, step it back. We're gonna come into chaturanga, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's hop through and sit on our butt. So you're either gonna just drop down to the knees and sit down, or let's see if we can drag the legs, drag, hop them through. Float if you want to, lower down. Go ahead and pull it in. So I want you to lift the chest and imagine that there is a nice juicy peach, 2 peaches today, underneath your chin there. So I don't want to be here or here, all right? I want you to squeeze a lemon between your shoulder blades. Hold here for Navasana. Breathe in and out through your nose. If you want to go for a little bit more, come here, keeping those knees bent, especially if the hamstrings are tight. So we don't have to straighten the legs to get the benefit out of this posture, but if you can, come here, hold it. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. One more in, lift the chest and out. You can either hold on to the back of the legs or lower the feet down, or if you can, we're gonna come all the way back into Ardha Navasana. Hold it here, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. You got it, breathe. And knees come into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, walking out side to side. Nice job. Let's release that. Bring the heels close to your glutes and just take your tailbone up. A little bridge here. You should feel that through your front body. Inhaling, exhaling. Good job, guys. Slowly coming down. Cross the ankles. Grab onto those feet. Inhale, exhale, come forward, hands down, hop back, or just step back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Shake it out. All right. Just take a moment, catch your breath. If you are winded, wiggle from side to side. Good. Now let's take that left foot, bring it back up into our three-legged dog, going into a wild thing. So you're gonna open up the hip here, then you're gonna bend that left knee. You're gonna put all your weight into your right hand, nice straight arm, and then step that left foot down to the ground. As you do that, this left hand comes off the ground. You send your hips really high, and you just reach with that left hand. Breathe. One more breath. And we'll take that left hand back down and come back on to our feet here with downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg, bring it up. Breathe, open up the hip, bend the knee. And then slowly, we're gonna shift, nice straight arm, left side, rolling to that side of the foot, lift the hips up, reach that right arm nice and long. You can gaze up towards the ceiling, or if you want more, you can gaze down at the floor, up to you. Breathe. Release, take that right hand, return back to your downward dog, and give it a nice little shake. I want you to glide forward to your plank, hold it here, press the ground away. Feel free if you need to just drop down to the knees. We want those shoulders right over our wrists, hold it here, breathe. I want you to really press the ground away, straighten the arms, so your upper back is nice and rounded. Good. And then go ahead and drop down to the knees. Come onto your forearms. Push back up into your plank, into your dolphin plank. Hold it here. Nice deep breath in and out. And then you're going to roll to your left side. Turn your left arm so that your forearm is in that 90-degree shape. Lift your hip, reach up. Hold it here for 5, 4, and if it's too intense, just drop down to that bottom knee. It's totally fine. As long as you're feeling it right here through the obliques. 2 and 1. Bring it back down. We'll do the other side. So you're going to turn that right elbow 90 degrees so the elbow is right underneath the shoulder. Feet, go ahead and turn them. Lift the hip off the ground. Breathe. Good. 3 more. Inhale. Lift your hip a little higher. 2 and 1. Back to your forearms. Go ahead and pop up back to your wrists. Push forward on your toes or stay on the knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step that right leg between your hands. Drop to the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink the hip forward. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink the hip forward. 1 more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink the hip forward. Hold. Good, release it. Tucking that back toe. Step back. Again, chaturanga, drop down to the knees. If you want to leave these out, just go to downward dog. We're going to switch sides. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's step the left foot in. Drop to the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, sink the hip. Again, inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, sink the hip. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink. Good. Go ahead and drop the hands, framing the foot, tucking that back toe. Push through your chaturanga, either on the knees or on the toes, lowering down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Give it a nice little shake here. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead and hop through to seated. So you can either drop down to the knees and just sit, or drag the feet. Come on through and lower down. All right, so what I want you guys to do, I'm gonna face the camera here. You're gonna bring that left leg nice and straight. Take that right leg and bring it up as much as you possibly can, okay? If this is really hard for you, maybe you have some knee issues, what I want you to do is just come here. And this is where our blocks can come in handy. So you can place your block underneath the knee. But if you can, what I want you to do is bring that heel all the way up so that it touches your belly there, okay? And so we're not doing what's called sickling the ankle. This can actually cause some issues in your ankle if you're not careful. So why don't you just come here. Now take your left foot, make sure those toes are turned up and not out. And you're either just gonna hold here and come forward, or you're gonna see if you can take your right hand, reach around and grab onto your big toe. If you can do that, great. If not, just lean forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhaling, coming forward. Hold. Nice deep breath in and out. Draw in through your low belly. So you want to lift the low belly up. And then the pelvic floor lifting. So we create more space in the pelvis. Eventually chin coming down towards the shin, getting a great stretch through that right hip. And release it. Go ahead and come on up. Let's switch sides. So take that right leg straight. Take the left leg. Bring that heel all the way up. So you want it pressing into the belly almost, okay? And again, you're gonna do as best as you possibly can. Some people might have to be here. And this is where you're gonna work. No problem at all. Gets better with practice, so don't worry about it. If you can bind, great. If you can't, again, don't worry about it. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come forward. And just think about chin to shin. But try to remember not to round too much through the back. Breathe with sound. Surrender into the posture. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And release it. Bring the legs out into 90 degrees. So not too wide, not too narrow, 90 degrees. Lift the heart, and you're just gonna start to tip forward. Okay, if you have tight hamstrings, it might just look like this, but I want you guys to really engage through the feet, feel it through the legs, engage the legs, feel it through the middle of your hamstring, maybe even inner thighs, and just start to press the heart forward. So don't worry about turning into a pancake, right? We just wanna really feel it through those legs. Bringing the elbows down if you can. And if you have the flexibility, sure, grab the feet, bring the chest all the way down, but not a requirement, okay? So I want you guys to just feel that stretch through the legs. Breathe. Take one more. Inhale. Exhale. And come on up. Now take that right leg, bring it to the inner thigh. You're going to twist your torso towards your right knee. And then what I want you to do is think about getting that elbow behind the knee. You're going to feel this all through your QL, through your low back, okay? You're going to twist the torso, reach up towards the sky. Take that thumb up, so not down, turn it up, and then gaze under the armpit. Hold it here. If you want, and you have a little bit more flexibility and you want to grab the foot, and you can get that shoulder behind the knee, you can come here. But I want the sitting bone to stay on the ground, so that's pretty advanced for a lot of people. So this is probably better for most. Just feeling that wonderful stretch down through the side body, really anchor your hip down, opening up the heart, hold it here, one more breath. And release it, other side. If you have a lot of back issues, this is a great stretch for you. Okay, so turn your torso towards the knee. Try to get that elbow behind, or I'm sorry, kind of like in front. Or I don't know what the front is, but the inside of the knee. And then reach left arm. This side's a little tighter today. Anchoring down through that left hip bone. So think about really pressing left hip bone down, twisting the torso. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And release it. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and bring our feet underneath our hips. So pull those knees in. Come into this Malasana squat here. And just pause here for a moment. So if you can't get the heels down, that's okay. And maybe you even want to have like a block or two underneath you. And that'll give you the ability to get the heels down, right? And work on the flexibility in the calf and ankle. So see where you're at. Just stay here for just a moment. Make sure those feet are about hip width. And then I want you to make sure that your ribs are connected to your thighs. We're going to take our hands shoulder width apart, and we're going to lift the booty in the air, keeping our ribs on our thighs. Drop the head, shake it out. Grabbing onto those biceps. Get really, really long. So I like to even take an inhale. Think about pulling up through my ribs, setting them back down onto my thighs. Exhale. And then tip all your weight forward into your toes. And if you have, again, tight hamstrings, and this is way too intense for you, I'd rather you kind of be here, feeling the stretch through those hamstrings and getting the ribs as close to your thighs as possible. And then really moving from here. So you want to think about tailbone lifting up, okay? And if you have more flexibility, you're going to think about flattening out the back, really lifting the ribs up onto those thighs, shifting the weight forward into your toes, shaking out the head, neck, shoulders, jaw. And we're going to move through vinyasa. So you're going to place your hands shoulder width, chaturanga arms, and I want you to press the ground away and either hop back or just simply step back. So inhale, halfway lift, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now go ahead and drop down to the knees. We're going to prepare for headstand. So I want you to make a triangle shape with your hands. Make a nice basket here, triangle shape. If you're not sure how to do a headstand, you can take some other inversion, maybe even downward dog, or simply just bringing the legs up like this. It's a great inversion. All right, so if maybe headstand isn't for you, you can take any inversion where your feet are above your heart. But if you can, what I want you to do is we're going to take this in stages. So we're going to make a basket. Hands are going to come into a triangle shape. So we want the elbows right underneath those shoulders. Okay, tuck in the skin so that it doesn't roll. Go ahead and place the head down onto the ground, holding on to the head so that it has support. Pull the shoulders away. Now, this is a great inversion. So if you're a beginner and you're working on headstands, just work on this. Work on pulling and engaging those shoulders back and see how you feel. If you can come up here, try this. You can always place a towel underneath your head. If it becomes too intense, pull those shoulders back and hold it here. This is a great inversion for everyone. If you can go a little bit more, bring those hips past those shoulders, and then maybe you can lift up. But if you can't just easily lift up, I don't want to see hopping or jumping. That can cause a lot of issues in your neck, you guys. So just take the time to really work the proper muscles. I have a how-to in my insights section if you want to do this headstand, you're not quite sure. If you are in a headstand with me, go ahead and open up the legs into a split. Point the toes, engage those legs, hold it here. Breathe. Slowly, I want you to tip from the waist, come on down, find the ground, and then release into a nice forward fold. So shake out the head, and just stay here for a minute. Let the head just recover, shake it out. Go ahead and lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down, grabbing onto those biceps. Shake it out. Breathe. And then grab onto the floor, lift the chest. You're going to turn your right foot out and your left foot to that 45-degree angle. Lift the heart. And again, blocks are really handy, you guys. Have them anytime you need them in your practice. So you can be here. Okay? I want you just to feel this through that right hamstring. If you don't need the blocks, just place them off to the side. And you can come all the way down, chin towards the shin. Hold it here. Breathe. One more breath. Lift the chest. Walk your way over to the other side. So we'll turn the right toes to 45 and the left toes nice and straight. Look at your heels. Notice if they are in heel-to-heel alignment here. Lift the chest. Exhale. And I'm going to twist for you guys. You stay where you are. I'm going to twist for you guys so that I don't give you my rear end in this shot here. Exhale and fold. Nice and long. Sending left hip back, right hip forward, squaring the hips. Inhale, come on up. Go ahead and twist back to your forward fold. Grab onto those biceps. Exhale, fold it down, shake it out. Breathing us down. Release the hands down. Let's go ahead and walk the feet in. Bringing the toe mounds together. I want you to really press firmly into your toes. We're going to slowly roll our way up. The last thing to come up is the top of the head. Pressing firmly into those toes. We're going to slowly roll up. Last thing to come up is the top of the head. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. All right, if you're not at the top of your mat, go ahead and step there. We're going to do Surya Namaskar 8. So bringing the toe mounds together, heels slightly separated. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, come into a nice forward fold. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or that baby cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And then let's drop down to the knees. You can keep your toes tucked and then bring your hands onto your sacrum. Full expression of this posture, Ustrasana, is with your feet. Let's make sure you can see that. Your feet nice and flat and knees right underneath your hips. We're just going to open up the thyroid and the chest a little bit from that compression we just did with the headstand. So you can start here, hands on the sacrum. Inhale, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Exhale, move the hips forward. You can either gaze forward or let the head fall back and rest on your trapezius. And maybe you want to take your thumbs to your heels, cupping your heels. Thumbs goes to the outside, pressing the hips forward and hold here. Full expression, if you want, is here, feet nice and flat. Breathe. Nice deep breath in and out. One more. Return hands back to your sacrum. Inhale. Come on up. Exhale. Push back into child's pose. Just one full breath here. Inhale, exhale. And then hands are shoulder width. Tuck the toes. Move forward right into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Look forward to your hands. Cross the feet and have a seat. A little hop. Hold on to the back of the legs. Lower yourself back. And then knees can come into the chest for a hug. Rock out your spine a little bit, side to side. Drop the knees over to the right side. Pin the left shoulder down if you can. Gaze down that left palm. And maybe you want to take the hand and gently just press on that top leg. Drawing in through your low belly, lifting up through the pelvic floor. So think about like a Kegel exercise. You're just lifting up that pelvic floor, drawing the belly in and up, breathing with sound. These are called our bandhas, Uddiyana and Mula Bandha, working together to create more space in the pelvis. Let's switch it, inhaling, exhaling to the other side. Nice and slow at your own pace. Then turn the head towards that right hand or shoulder. Breathe, a couple more. Twists are always really awesome to do after back bends, and they also will give you a little bit of energy. It's interesting, twists can give you energy and also relax you at the same time. Go figure, but they really do release tight muscles in the spine and through the hips, and they can help with digestion, which can slow you down. So let's draw the knees back into the chest, big hug here. And then let's cross the ankles, roll on up. Go ahead and sit comfortably. I suggest that you guys close your practice with a little bit of meditation. I'm not going to do it in this class, but feel free to go to my Insights tab and 2 meditations there that you can do, or just close your eyes and spend 5 minutes just focusing on your breath. I want you to inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for practicing with me.